Game Kings, The Definition of Game, documentary, coming soon. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and this subscriber sent a donation, so thanks for your donation. And remember, guys, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation. So this one says, although you have done thousands of videos with so much information that sometimes such a plethora of information can seem overwhelming, as there is so much new and great information for the mind to absorb. I know that you have learned a ton in your lifetime thus far as game, pickup, female nature, what works, what doesn't work, how to vet a chick, and so forth. So I wanted to know, with all the knowledge you have gained over the years, what do you most wish you knew when you were a teenager that you know now about not only women, but life in general? I know such answers would be too long for one video and could go on forever, but if you could give at least one or two main examples about women that you know now that you wish you knew in your teens, and at least one or two things about life in general that you know now that you wish you knew in your teens, I would appreciate that. All right, so let me see. So what I'll do is I'll talk about two things that, I wish I knew about women that I know now. And then two things that, I wish I kind of, knew about life and that I know now. Right. And so let's start with the women thing. So first thing that I wish I knew about women that I know now is that women and men aren't equal. So before, I used to think that men and women, we were, exactly the same in how we think and how we act, and that we sort of have the same energy when it comes to different things, right? But as I gotten older, I realized that that's not true. You understand? I realized, for example, when you're dealing with women, you actually have to lead the interaction. You understand? You have to be the one that's leading the situation. I used to think that, women didn't need to be led. You understand what I'm saying? I used to think that when you're in a relationship with a woman, that y'all are, it's 50-50, but it's not really 50-50, because what you have to understand is that when you're dealing with a woman, right, she is going to, feel certain things. She's going to be a little bit more emotional in certain situations. She's going to act more based off her emotion if she's in her, in her natural feminine state. And you as a man, you being a little bit more, logical, and you being a little bit more practical in how you do things, even, you're not really going just based off the feeling, you're going based off of what's best for the situation. In that situation, when you're with that woman, you're going to have to lead. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's not a equal thing. You see what I mean? And so a lot of times the reason why guys get into so much like frustration and trouble and with women is because they believe that they're equal to the woman. You understand? So they're expecting the woman to act and treat them the same way that they would do to the woman. You understand? And so what happens is, again, even nowadays, you have guys who will say, well, women do this, so I'll do this too. And so women do it, so I should do it. And again, that's from thinking that you and her are equal. You understand what I'm saying? But you're not. Because see, the only way that you're equal is you're human beings and shit. But other than that, there's all these different things that make you not equal. You understand? And you have to understand those differences. And as I've gotten older, I've understood those differences. So when I was younger, I thought it was, it was all the same shit. But then as I started dealing with more and more women, I was like, wait a second, this is, I can't hold a woman to the same standard that I hold myself. You understand what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen, right? Now, the second thing that I wish I knew about women, back in the days that I know now, is that women will always cooperate for men that they really want. Women will always cooperate for men that they really want. And this is why I talk so much about cooperation. This is why I talk so much about high interest. This is why I talk about so much about charging chicks to the game. Because when a woman really wants you, she's going to try to make that shit happen. You understand? She's going to do everything in her power to, get close to you, to try to make something happen, to reach out to you. She's going to make it happen, right? So what happens is if you're dealing with a girl and let's say you get her number and you hitting her up and she's being sort of wishy-washy, she's being a little standoffish, flaky, that means that she doesn't really want you. If you're setting up a date and the chick flakes, she don't really want you. If you're trying to get this girl to come over your house and she don't want to come through, she don't really want you. You understand what I'm saying? It's really that simple. See, when a chick really is fucking with you, if she really wants to get shit popping, she's going to make it happen. She's going to find a way. So, if y'all exchange numbers, right, and she hasn't heard from you, she's going to hit you up. If you're at a party or at a bar or something and she wants, you to talk to her, she wants to get at you, she'll put herself, in your circumference. She's going to stand near you. She's going to be looking at you, checking you out, probably smiling at you, whatever it is. And if you don't get the hint at that point, sometimes if a woman really, really wants you, she'll just go up and start talking to you. You see what I'm saying? So when a chick really wants you, she's going to cooperate. She's going to make it happen. She's going to do it. She's going to make the thing go down. See, when I was younger, I thought that, you had to sort of convince a chick to like you, or, you had to spend a lot of time talking to her. You had to, take her out on a bunch of dates and talk to her on the phone all day and, get her comfortable with you and all this other shit for her to cooperate. Right. And then as I've gotten older and as I'm starting to interact with more and more women, I was realizing there was a huge difference in the way that the women who have high interest treated me to the women who had the low interest or medium interest. It was like night and day. It was super easy with the fucking chicks who were high interest, who really was into me. And then with the other chicks, sometimes it was like pulling teeth. It was like, God damn, why is this shit such a fucking headache trying to make something happen with you? And, that's because those women didn't really want to fuck with me like that. But the women who did, though, the shit was ridiculous. They would go above and beyond. They would go out of their way. They would, reschedule shit for me. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I wish I knew when I was younger, because I wasted so much time dealing with women who were not really about what I'm about. They were not really trying to make the shit happen like how I'm trying to make it happen. You see what I'm saying? So that's number two. Now, for the next two things, I'll talk about some things that I wish I knew, about just life in general, when I was younger that I know now. And one of the things that, I know now and that I learned is that what's popular isn't always what's good. You understand? So what's popular isn't always what's good. And I talked about this actually on The Confident Show. All of you guys should be on The Confident Show. That's patreon.com/The Confident Show. If you're not, on that Patreon, you are slipping. But anyway, so, when I was younger, I would think that, okay, well, if this, let's say, for example, this artist sells a lot of records, that means that, they're the best, or that they're good because so many people want to buy their shit. Or, even in high school or whatever, if this person was popular, that must mean that they're cool or they got something interesting going on. And it's just bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? It's just bullshit. Just because something is popular, something is, big in that sense, doesn't mean that it's quality. Doesn't mean that it's, something that is really has any substance. You feel what I'm saying? It's just popular. You know what I mean? And the funny part is a lot of things that are, really, really popular, and this isn't in all cases, but there's a lot of times where things that are really, really popular actually aren't that good. You feel what I'm saying? The quality sucks. And part of it is because, the mass of people out here, are idiots. You understand? I remember I heard a phrase where somebody said the masses are asses. You feel what I mean? And so because they're dumb, they gravitate to a lot of dumb shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing where those type of things become popular because it's stupid, and the stupid attracts the stupid. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's what it usually happens. Now, again, there are some things that are popular that are, good and that have quality and that, I would see and be like, yeah, that's on point. But just because it's popular doesn't mean that it's good. You understand? And there are other things that aren't as popular that are better quality. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even as far as, taking it back to music, there's music that, I've listened to and artists that I like that aren't popular, but their music is on point. And then you have another artist who's garbage, but they're super popular. You know what I'm saying? So the popularity doesn't necessarily equate to quality or to it having any substance. Even like, now if I look on, like YouTube or whatever, right? There's people who you look at their channels and they're popular, but that don't mean that their shit is good. You feel what I'm saying? I'll see people who aren't that popular, who have way better content, who have content that has more substance, and shit like that. And is like, but they're not popular. You see what I mean? So the popular thing doesn't necessarily mean it's always good. You understand? Because people, they'll say shit like, oh, well, this person has more record sales. This movie made more money, or, this YouTuber has more views. That don't mean shit. You feel what I'm saying? Is the content good? Is there substance? If not, then it's bullshit. But so that's one of the things. Now, the last thing I'll say that I learned about life, the thing that I wish I knew about life that I, know now, is that control is an illusion. Control is an illusion. So I remember when I was younger, I would think that, I had this power to like control everything. Like, oh, well, I want this to happen, so I'm just going to do this, and then this is going to happen after that, and then I can get this person to do this, and then I can get that person to do that for me. And so I was always frustrated when things didn't turn out how I wanted it to be, and the way that I expected it to go, right? And the thing is that you got to understand that control is an illusion. The only thing you can really control is yourself. And even sometimes there are certain things that you can't control about yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So for example, you can't really, like, for example, you can't control sleep. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't say, I'm just going to stay up for 2 weeks. You can't control. You're eventually going to sleep. You have no control over that. You understand what I'm saying? Sleep just happens. You feel me? Like, and some of you might notice this too. Like, let's say you up chilling trying to watch some movie on Netflix, and then you have one of them situations where you didn't realize you were sleeping until you woke back up. You're like, oh shit, I didn't even realize I fell asleep, because it just happens. You ain't had no control over that shit. You understand? But that's something that, is about you, that you still don't even have a control over. You feel what I'm saying? And so a lot of times people, they stress out in life because, they realize in certain situations, like, damn, well, I have no control over this certain things. And then it makes them fearful. But it's like, that's a good thing to recognize and realize that you don't have control. So you don't have to stress out about the shit. You could just let go. It ain't really that serious. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna, like, for example, if you approach a girl, you can't control whether or not she's gonna want to fuck with you or reject you. You ain't got no control over that. So it's like, why are you like bothering to worry about the outcome when all you can control is yourself, which is you walking up to that girl and saying what you say. You control that, but everything else is up to, how shit's gonna go down. You understand what I'm saying? And so a lot of times what happens is a lot of the frustration and the anger and, stuff like that comes from trying so hard to control, right? And not understanding that you can't really control it. You understand? You can't control any of this shit. You understand? You're going to die one day. You can't really control, your life in the sense of, I'm just going to live forever, or, unless and even like, let's say you are the type of person who is, always trying to sort of micromanage every single thing, right? And there's a lot of people who do this, and they get frustrated because they realize that no matter how much they try to do that, things don't always go exactly to how you plan it. You feel what I mean? And that's because you don't really have control like that. You understand? You don't. Like even like for example, we had a schedule on doing the Game Kings and shit, right? And now all of this coronavirus shit happened, and we had no control over that, and that's putting a dent in the sort of schedule of the movie, right? But we still coming out with the movie, but it still put a dent in the scheduling of how we were gonna, like edit the movie and make this shit happen, because I'm supposed to fly out to Florida and make it happen, but I can't fly out right now, and this would have been the time I would have been flying out. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't got no control over what the fuck is going on out there, because it just is what it is. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing, is that you got to understand that in life, there's only so much you can control. You know what I'm saying? And if you're thinking that you can just control everything and that's what it's going to be, you got to understand that that's an illusion. All right, so that's pretty much it. Listen, guys, if you have any questions, click the link below and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below.